Hello and welcome. I am the Soul Enchantress. And welcome to this message, which is slightly unusual. I am answering your questions today. So, a few days ago, I sent a call out for questions, and I've picked two of the questions that I received in order to channel answers for you. I don't normally do this, but I felt called to do it. And the two questions that I've picked are to do with a business project and about purpose. But before we get started on the questions and me channeling the answers for it, I would actually like to speak to you really briefly about the concept and the energetics of success. So this entire message will be about the energetics of success, a project to do with business and purpose. Okay, so let's get started. Here's something about success that I would like to pour some wisdom out there for you to ponder about. Okay. Success is an energy, as with everything else. However, what I've noticed when working with the multi-billion-dollar brands CEOs that I work with, that the global business leaders and or the clients who are climbing the ladder of business, or maybe are not even in business, because I do have quite a few clients who subscribe to my Sacred Wisdom Library and also have the book, that are not necessarily in business, but they actually use the energetics about money, business and lifestyle for their money, their careers and their lifestyle. So what I have noticed is this: there are kind of two different types of groups of energies about people, and that is the difference between the person who is seamlessly achieving whatever they set their heart on, and others who are constantly dreaming of success. So it is actually the energy of success that I want to speak about, and that is because I want to draw your attention to the fact that those who seem to achieve success seamlessly and constantly and keep on elevating their level of success, which is the type of client that I actually work with, which is also what I innately tend to do. And it's not something I have done purposefully, but it is something that I tend to do. I tend to set huge goals, achieve those, and then jump to the next level. So then there are those who constantly dream of achieving the success that others have, but they never actually get to that. Now, the point I want to make to you and to ask you to ponder, it doesn't mean that you're always going to be one or the other. It just means that there may be times in your life where you may fall into one or the other. But more often than not, those who are constantly achieving success and elevating themselves to the next level will always keep climbing that ladder of success, as I call it, energetically, while those who only dream of success, it's like a hit and miss. They will achieve some goals and some goals they won't. Okay, so what I find is that, as with everything, if you've heard that saying, when the student is ready, the teacher arrives, it's a little like that. When you are ready, you actually will take the action. You will either invest in yourself, you will go and get that training, you will go and learn what you need to learn, or you will go and ask someone, whatever it is that you need or whatever action you need to take, you will actually do that when you are ready. And if you're serious about something. And then at other times, the other side of the coin also is, just because you take the action doesn't necessarily mean that you are going to achieve the result. So the other side of it is, the result or the outcome also arrives when you are ready to receive it. So there are two sides to that coin. One side of the coin is, when you are ready, you will actually go and do that thing. And the other side of the coin is you will only receive the outcome or the result or the goal that you're aiming for only when you are ready to receive it. So I hope this gives you a little bit of wisdom for you to ponder about. There's this really subtle nuances to what I just said, and if you need to replay the message to understand it, please do so. And that's something that I want you to look at, because I noticed that with all my clients who are those who keep on achieving at a high level of success and they keep on climbing the ladder of success energetically, they don't waste time in umming and ahhing. Like, for example, when my book came out, they bought the book. When my library is out, they actually subscribe to the library and they will step into private sessions or they will step into mentoring. They actually don't sit on the fence. If it's not right, it's a no. If it's a right, it's a jump in and a yes. So those I find I can tell them till I'm blue in the face, get the book, it will help you. Read my book. It is just, it is the easiest way to step into the work that I do. And it is at a price point that is something you would spend on a meal. So it really doesn't matter. You can actually very easily, it's so easily accessible, but they will always put it off. And then obviously those types of people will never ever step into my library or to working with me. But it doesn't mean that, and more often than not, those people won't step into working with anyone in order to achieve those goals that they're aiming for. And they will always just be dreaming, and they will always be consuming the free content. And that is the difference. And I've always spoken about this. I offer so much things which have a zero monetary value to it. So every message that I put out, the articles that I put out, the concepts that I speak about, there's just, even if I write something about something, there is so much wisdom in it if you really want to. So you can consume a lot for free. However, the transformation you're looking for and the achievement of your goal will only be realized if you actually immerse yourself in the energy that I put out into the world. So keep that in mind. Are you one of those people that actually are constantly consuming the free and looking for ways in which you can achieve your dreams, but you tend to never really get there? Then maybe think about taking action on the things that you can access and will help you. Okay, so that's what I wanted to talk about, success. Now let me really quickly move on to these two questions. So the first question is from a beautiful client who asks, I'm going to do the second question first. I'm going to ask the question or state the question. I'm protecting everyone's privacy, so no identities will be revealed. I'm literally going to read the question and then I will answer it. So if ever I do another call out and you feel like sending in a question, make sure you do, because I will always protect your privacy, okay? And the reason I decided to do this and publish it publicly is because I thought maybe others listening could actually gain some help and maybe step into investing in elevating your life. Okay. Question. Am I set on the right path? Now, this is a question about purpose, and this is a question that people will ask themselves no matter what level of success they're at. So this particular question is from someone who's starting out. However, I just want to tell you that if you are the person who asked this question, you know who you are, know that what you're asking yourself is actually not a novel thing, and that it may not be the only time that you will ask yourself, because at different levels of success you can actually ask yourself, am I on the right path? Which fork in the road should I take? Am I still passionate about the things that I used to be passionate about? Am I still meant to be doing what I've been doing for the last few years? These are all valid questions. So the answer that I feel guided to offer you about are you on the right path is that this is specifically for you. This I am channeling specifically for you from your soul, as opposed to it being for everyone, but anyone listening can also gain some wisdom from it. So for you specifically, I am being guided to let you know that if you sit with, you did share as to what you do. So if you actually sit with and imagine yourself in that career path that you are currently in, and then stretch it out. So extrapolate it, so that 3 years and 5 years from now, I'm being asked to give you only 3 to 5 years as opposed to like 10 years, because you can have multiple careers in one lifetime. 3 to 5 years from now, or even 3 to 7 years from now, think of the things that career would be bringing you, and what you would be doing, and what work you would be doing, and how you would be feeling, and what you would be seeing, and how are you experiencing your life, and how is your career impacting your life. Actually sit down and imagine yourself in 7 years' time, if you went down this path and you kept on advancing in this career, and notice how your body feels. If you feel at peace with it, that means you're on the right path. If you actually feel uncomfortable or tight or tense or queasy or any other feeling apart from a really calm peace, then you may need to tweak your path and you would need to get further guidance. Okay, so I hope that helps you, and read my book. It is a beautiful introduction to the stage of life that you're at. So I hope that blesses you. The next question is, and this is from a wonderful client of mine, and this is, how soon for the coal deal to close? So this is about coal, as in the commodity coal, and how soon for the coal deal to close. So this is a specific question about a specific project that this person is involved in. And give me 1 second. Okay, so I'm guided to offer you this, is that your question in itself, and the energy in your question and in the energetics around your project, is that you are waiting for it to come to completion. Okay, so I'm being asked to tell you, don't wait for it to come to completion, because in the energetic realm, everything is already complete already. So it just needs to come into form. And what you're being guided to do is, what is it that you would be doing if the coal deal was already done? Say it actually closed yesterday and you have realized its gains. What would you be doing today? Go and do whatever it is that you would be doing. So if it is a monetary amount that you're waiting for or something like that, you obviously can't go and spend that amount of money on whatever it is that you want to spend, but you actually can go and do the research. So I'm going to give you a really, really basic example so even everyone else listening can relate to. So for example, once your coal deal closes yesterday, it closed yesterday, okay, it's a done deal. You're not waiting for it anymore. Get out of the energy of waiting. It's just really toxic. I always speak about this. So if your coal deal is closed, and it closed yesterday, not even today, it's closed yesterday, so it's a done thing. And today, say you decided that you were going to take some of that money and you were going to go and buy, let's just take something really mundane. I'm not into buying cars or talking about it, but it just makes it so much easier for me to use a physical specific object. So say you were going to go and buy yourself a car. Yes, maybe you can't go and buy yourself that car. I'm also assuming that you don't have that specific amount of funds that you want to splurge on a car, okay? You could be having it, but that's beside the point. For this example, say you need to wait till that amount of money gets cleared in order for you to go buy the car. So I know you can't buy it right now because the funds haven't been cleared and the deal's not done. However, what you can do is you can go to the car dealership, or you can go and get yourself some brochures and magazines of those cars and go onto the website of those cars and immerse yourself in it. so that you are actually in that process and in that energy of buying that car today because the deal closed yesterday. Okay, so again, for you, I know you have my book, and that will shift your energy. So maybe dip into it randomly at different places for you to shift your energy. And also, if you're ready, I would urge you to step into my Sacred Wisdom Library. There are 3 ways you can step in. One is for 3 weeks, 3 months, or a whole year. And it is an amazing library that is filled with the most high vibrational wisdom for money, business, and lifestyle, and powerful tools. And it keeps on elevating in its energy. Okay, I hope that these messages have been helpful, and I wish you a wonderful day. And as always, I'm the Soul Enchantress, and you can find me at soulenchantress.com. Joyous blessings.